Welcome back, everyone. I'm just getting ready for the holidays, and there's going to be a few people very happy this holiday season. One in particular, I'm thinking of an amazing story out of northern British Columbia. A young man named Sam went into the woods for like a 10-day trip in a park up in northern BC and became lost. And they literally just found him after 50 days in the wilderness. He was lost. But he managed to survive for those 50 days in minus 20 Celsius temperatures at times. Heavy snow was in the region as well. I mean, snow amounts were at the 15 centimeters at this point. Originally, he was just supposed to take a quick little fishing trip, and things went sideways. I think rumor has it that he was chased by a wolf at one point and sort of got off track, got a little disoriented. So he found his way back to a trail where some workers recognized him as the lost hiker. Apparently, he had sleeping bags wrapped around his legs to try to keep him warm. Obviously, he was an avid outdoorsman and had skills that allowed him to survive that long. He only prepared for a 10-day trip. So that's super amazing. Really happy for that person and their family that they have survived that ordeal and have an incredible tale to tell. We'll see more as it kind of unfolds. But it just made me think too about, when we're going out on hikes now that it's getting kind of snowy and cold outside, what are a few key items that you may want to bring with you in your pack just in case things take a turn for the worst? You get distracted by something, you get off the trail. Do you have a few things with you to help you survive until help is on the way? So I was at Princess Auto the other week there, and I got a few things that I thought would be great. Under $100 that you can get for your little day pack or for like a very short trip. Let's go take a look. One important thing you want to have with you is a way to kind of either navigate out of where you are, let somebody know you need help. So really important, bring with you a cell phone. So if you're in a cell service area, you can get a call or send one out. So basically make sure to keep it close to your body, like in your jacket when you're hiking. The batteries on these things freeze up when it gets really cold. I know because when I do my filming and stuff, my cell phone likes to freeze. So another way to keep a phone from freezing is to plug it into a battery pack. So you may want to bring something like that with you as well. And please install, there's an app called What 3 Words. That's really important. So if you are in need of help, you go into the app What 3 Words, and it'll give you 3 unique word combinations like elephant, house, dog. That corresponds to a very specific location on a map. So if you're hiking in an area where you get signal and stuff, you can, they can help find you. So super important. A lot of jurisdictions are now using that. So have something like that, a GPS unit, but very basically, I would highly recommend a compass. So I've got that here in my little things that I picked up there from Princess Auto. So little wee compass there, just sort of helps you sort of navigate. There's a lot of areas where, to the east, there'd be a certain road, or to the northwest, there's going to be a little river when you previously looked at a map or something like that. So that might help you to get to some area where you can find somebody. So never travel without something like this, like a little compass and like a map, GPS unit, and be sure to have your cell phone with you to call for help. So we'll pop this in the bag. The really cool thing I found also, you want to have a way to start fire, and great if it's watertight. So this is a watertight fire kit that they carry there, and it's pretty awesome. It has tinder, basically a spark fire starter there. So this is pretty neat, and it's in a waterproof case. Of course, you can also put in it like a regular lighter. Again, these kind of lighters are they don't work really well when they freeze up. So you may want to have like a fire steel to start a fire. And this is what this little kit is. This is really cool. And it has also you can fit other things in here like medications or things like that. If you're a little bit more senior in your years, you may want to carry some aspirin with you in case you have chest pains like heart attack. Always good to have that in there. And you can store a few little things in there to keep things really dry. If you like a bit of birch bark on the way, that can also go in there and stay nice and dry. So fire starting kit, definitely essential for on the trail. Just pop it in the bag. Sometimes, it's hard to kind of continuously yell. It's exhausting. So I found this little whistle. I think it's really important to have a whistle in your kit, like a Fox 40, or this is a real tree work whistle. So you can kind of put that on a lanyard, keep it with you, keep it in your pocket, so that you can draw attention to yourself if you're lost in the woods. Nothing I just never leave home without is a little first aid kit. So they have these little Trek 1 first aid kits with a few little Band-Aids and things like that. You'd be surprised how many little teeny injuries you can get that could turn into a big problem. Just on your regular hike, or if you were to get lost and injured. Sometimes when you're, working with wood and you're making fire stuff and get splinters, or if you're working with a saw, you can kind of nick yourself. So it's always nice to have a little first aid kit. Just this is like a little day pack first aid kit. Obviously, if you're going on a big adventure, you're going to have a bigger kit. But just for, if you're going out in the woods, on your little hike, you want to make sure that you have, a few Band-Aids, some tape in here. You never know what you could use that for in the future. So I think that's a really great thing to have on hand. This is really cute, pretty small. You can even probably put this, it's got like little belt loopholes on it too. So you can just put it on your belt. It doesn't take up that much space. And who doesn't like a new multi-tool? I have lots of these things. This is great, for your packs, your day packs. This one is a 12-piece tool. Ottawa Red and Black's branding on there. So it's got a flat driver in it, Phillips screwdriver, needle nose pliers, bottle opener, can opener, wire cutter. It's got a little wee saw on it, a gripper, a punch, and a file. So you can see right there all the stuff that's in there. So, these are great to have around, just when you're working with things in the woods, or, you can use it for lots of things. Just have one in your car even. I think it's really good to have those kind of safety things. You never know where you're going to need one of these little tools for something. So I always like to carry one of these around. I have a Leatherman, but, any kind of utility multi-tool will do the job. Well, you can never have enough of this paracord. I've got lots of it. You can make survival bracelets, which I've done in the past. You can, this has got reflective thread in it. So, if you were to, put it in a tree or mark a trail with it even, flashlights on it, it's going to reflect in the nighttime, in the dark. So you can lash logs together when you're making shelter if you get lost, for example. There's lots of good things you can do with this. Sometimes you can cut out old bike inner tubing and string it together on some of this, or tuck it in here. That's good to start fires with. It really lights up. This isn't really a good fire starter. It just melts. It's kind of plastic and whatnot, but this is really good for making shelters, or if you have to carry something. This is really good to have around. So they usually come in 50 feet, 100 feet. I have all kinds of colors, but I really like orange. I like the fact this one has a bit of reflective coating on it, or reflective threads, so that people can see you if they're looking through in the dark, and things sort of flash off of this. I think it's really good to have, very safe. Earlier I was mentioning saws, and I found this cute. They have this cute little Fisker saw, very small, kind of the size of my hand. And this is a 7-inch blade. And Fiskars is a great company. I have a few of their axes, a bit bigger saw than this one as well. But this is a really nice backpacking saw, actually. A little bit safer to work with than, say, an axe, but you can certainly bring a hatchet with you if you're on a longer day trip or whatnot. But it's always good to have something like this, because it's easier to kind of cut up wood safely for making a little fire if you're lost. Versus you'd slip with an axe and really do damage to yourself. I just say use extreme caution. I have nicked myself on these little blades sometimes, really, really sharp. But it folds up safe. Just be very careful when you use it. But this can be helpful in a survival situation to cut up little bits of wood so that you can have a nice fire to keep warm, because that is really critical. If you do get lost or delayed for a few hours, a bit turned around, you need to get yourself warm quickly. So this would be a lot easier to cut some bigger wood versus just kind of burning little tiny sticks all the time. You can have a little bit bigger pieces of wood to keep you warm a little bit longer until help can arrive. So I'd highly recommend bringing something like this on the trail. And speaking of keeping warm, a couple things I really like is, having a really heavy, nice sock, like a wool sock or cotton sock, natural fabric that breathes, that dries out easily and doesn't easily, catch on fire and melt to you. So better to get kind of natural fabrics if you can. Now this one's a cotton blend, but it's still a really nice, heavy, warm sock. They come in like packages of 2, I think, for the ever hike. So these are nice to have spare socks, because you never know, what if you're hiking in the woods somewhere on a trail and you slip into a pond or a creek and your leg gets wet. You want to have something you can quickly kind of change out of and into that's warm. There's nothing worse than, hiking in cold temperatures, and your extremities are damp. You could get like frostbite and things like that, and just generally get hypothermic after a while, because you just really don't feel well because you're getting so cold in your core. So highly recommend having backup socks. These are really good. And, if you lose a glove or something, you can kind of put socks on your hands, for example. So always good to have a backup. And speaking of warm things on your hands, these are really nice. These are the Burn work gloves. So they're like a large working glove because they're really cool. When you put them on, the tops kind of flip up, so you can kind of work with your fingers with things, but then you can do that, and it turns into like a little mitten. So these are really nice. They've got a really good, an area right here that you can work with, doesn't rip through, and very nice and warm. And it's got kind of like the Velcro to tighten it up on your hand. So you want to wear, nice warm gloves. I think it's great to bring nice warm socks, nice warm gloves. If you have another backup pair of little wee magic gloves or something you want to toss in your bag, that'd be okay too. Another thing I like to carry if I do a little bit of day hiking is just like a safety, like a survival blanket, which is like a little mylar blanket to kind of just wrap around. That's always good to keep warm, or you can use it reflection off of a fire to direct the heat towards you, for example. So those are things that, that come to mind that I might bring on like a little day trip, or just like a mini survival kit, just to try to get you through a few days to kind of keep you warm. I mean, you can even make little snares with your paracord there. There's all kinds of things you could invent and, put together with all these things, and, try to get help as fast as you can. So anyways, I'm so happy that they found that gentleman. I know there's another person missing also in a similar area. They just found his dog after about 50 plus days. So just pray that maybe he's still alive somewhere and can be rescued. They're trying to open up that case again to keep looking for him, since the dog was just found alive. So scary events for them, but I'm really hopeful for this other man that they will find him, so his family can, have a better Christmas. Well, I want to give one of you guys a better Christmas. So, as you know, each year I try to do a little bit of a giveaway. So the items you saw here today are actually will be given away to one of you guys. So this little survival kit will be yours. Just a quick refresher as to what you'll be getting in your prize pack. I can't send the lighter through the mail, but you'll be getting for sure the watertight fire starter kit, gloves and socks, all this good stuff right here. And for those of you that don't win the contest, Princess Auto has all these things for you to pick up for your survival kit. Good luck. Just comment down below in the comment section that you're in. Like the video, share the video. And tell me one of your favorite pieces of survival gear that you like to kind of bring along with you when you hike in the woods. What's something that you just can't go without when you go in the woods, just to be on the safe side? So let me know. Let me know if you're in, like and share the video, and let me know a piece of your favorite survival gear. I'll announce the video coming up in the next few weeks. I'll put a video out so you know who wins. I don't know when I'll be able to get it out to you, because right now in Canada we have a postal strike. So they're backlogged millions of articles, and some of the shippers aren't even taking packages right now. So you will get it, but it might be a little bit into the new year. So happy holidays, everyone. My Christmas video is coming up in a couple weeks. So stay tuned to that one, my Cap'n Christmas video. I enjoy doing that one for you every year. And good luck to everyone in the contest. We'll see you next week. Bye for now.